Whoa.
Hi.
Robbie's exactly blocking Jeriah with his waving.
Whack.
Hi. It's Saturday,
It sure is.
and we're finally having someone play a game again. It's been a month.
It's been a while.
It's
What
been
did we
1
do with the
month.
last one?
UFO 50.
That's a video game. That's a bunch of
I
video
know,
games.
but it's not like that. Anyways, it's Jeriah's turn.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Drea.
Yeah.
I'm not Jeriah.
Not yet.
Wait, what?
You'll get there.
Yeah. So it's me choosing a game for Jeriah. I'm on. See if if hip and
All right. Yeah.
For-
One, that's
hated.
space.
Yeah.
It was way my time.
Anyway, Stanley Ultra Dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need to don't Stanley Parable. I feel like basically played about it.
Mhm.
So, choppy audio.
Who knows?
Oh.
Oh, is it still the USB?
Yeah, it didn't happen for like 2 months, and then it just happened again. So I don't
How's
know.
our audio now?
Should be
Testing, testing.
pristine.
1, 2, 3.
Better. Like it's fine better, or
We're probably really loud.
Randy says
It's
better.
less- It's
Ryan
less
says
choppy and more
good.
dicey now.
Yeah. More
All right.
slivered, really.
Okay.
Anyways,
As long as it's not minced, we're fine.
so yeah, Stanley Parable, one of the most important indie games to come out. I feel like I'm pretty confident in saying that.
Oh,
right
it
next
was indie,
to
wasn't it?
Undertale.
Yeah. This is far before Undertale, but yeah, I want to say rough indie thing. It's like this, then like Meat Boy. I feel like Stanley Parable's old as hell. The first one. I don't know.
Did the first one come out in like 2008?
Probably. I'll look it up. Dry, you should have control. You should be able to.
I do have control.
Hooray!
So I've played some of Stanley Parable, but I never.
I have not.
I don't think I ever beat it.
I don't know if you can beat it. I think
Okay.
you just play until you're done.
I might not have played much then. Do I? Yes or no?
Have you played the Stanley Parable before?
I mean, yeah.
Then you could choose yeah.
Okay. We're in a bright room, so go with that.
I was gonna say, I think you're barely visible. My barely visible are two different things.
Please enter the current time. It is 8:02.
8:02 p.m. Yeah.
All right. Okay, great. Cool. I love accessibility. That's one of my favorite things is being able to access stuff. Settings. Audio. Like 45? Does that seem good?
Should be fine.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. We can listen to the stream and
Video.
Figure it out.
1080. 59.
video.
What? That's fucking weird.
That's
Cool.
what your thing said.
59 hertz is fucking weird.
You gotta.
It's not
apply
that
it.
weird.
I did. Oh, keep. Play. Keep. I mean, it's just British. It's very British, is all.
No. 50 hertz is British.
Oh, right. You're right. My bad.
Also, 2013 is apparently when the first Stanley Parable.
Oh, it's not that old then.
That's not terrible.
It's only 12 years old.
In indie games, that's pretty old.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Skip.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Isn't that Stitch's number?
He sat at his desk in
626
room
is Stitch.
427
I was
and
close.
pushed buttons on
You
the
got
keyboard.
a number.
Yeah.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and
Oh, good.
in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although
This is Robbie's
others
job
might
now.
have considered it so Stanley
You're not far off.
that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was not happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
What was it?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never
Just
in
thinking about it, the
all
people
his
who wrote
years at
Severance
the
definitely
company
played this.
Had this happened?
I'm
This
sure.
complete isolation. Something was
I
very
need to watch
clearly
season 2 of Severance.
wrong.
That show's good.
Shocked, frozen.
I haven't seen
solid,
season 1. I
Stanley
just know the
found
general
himself
premise of
unable
that
to
game.
move for the
Movie.
longest time.
Show?
Book.
But as he came
Oh,
to his
okay.
wits
No,
and
it's a show.
regained his senses, he got up from his
It's a light
desk
novel.
and stepped out of his office.
Is that fun?
That was a manga.
I won't be doing any shootings. This is probably fine.
That you know of.
Matrix, get me out of here.
All of his co-workers were gone.
You sick yet, E?
What could it mean?
I'm getting there if you do that, yeah.
The meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I found the memo. Okay, well, be a bastard then. Man, everybody gets their own office? That's great. Well, not these guys. These guys
No.
suck.
Everybody but these guys get their own office.
Eh.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
It's like my job.
Just turning off computers all day.
No, not finding my coworkers.
Oh. Now, I will admit, like, being in an office now, there's been a handful of times I was, like, the only person in the entire office. Like, and am I missing a meeting right now?
If I miss a meeting, I'm happy. Fuck meetings.
I mean,
If I
meetings are
have
pretty
a
dumb.
meeting, I'd be surprised.
It's fucking the worst. They last hours and they're
Stanley
nonsense.
came to a
Oh, hey,
set
there's
of
no-
2 open doors. He entered the door on his
What'd you do?
left.
I don't know, just white.
It is very white.
Oh, I bet it's worth. Imagine that on your OLED.
Oh, God.
Well, I don't have
Even-
no
yeah,
OLED,
even
so
though
I
he
have
doesn't
Or
have
no
an
whatever you
OLED.
call it, the 4K TV.
This
Yeah.
was not
QLED.
the gateway to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour.
look at
after
the texture
all,
on that.
just to spend a few
There's not even
moments here
individual
in this
blinds.
immaculate,
What
beautifully
lazy
constructed
developer.
room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drinking
buy,
in the cold drink.
can't buy a soda. Can't drink this leftover coffee.
Yes,
Can't do nothing.
Really, really worth it being here in the... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fuck you, I did.
Stanley was so bad at following
This looks like
directions,
job.
it's
No!
incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
You've made your choices.
It's actually where Undertale got its inspiration for having choices in video game. Before this game, it never had been seen.
Yeah. Totally wasn't a thing in Chrono Trigger at all.
Nah. You eat the sandwich and then you get punished even if you didn't eat the sandwich.
Penalty
true.
for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off of cargo lift.
Don't do it.
I mean,
That's a lot of
Hey
money.
Now, don't try it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
fun down
investing
there,
your
though.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story
Think it's
has
worth
been
breaking
about
every bone in your
nothing
body?
but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting.
don't tempt me with a good
Stanley.
time, Robbie.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop. trying to- Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
can't
Are you
jump.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something
Danger
beautiful.
everywhere.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No. You're an unreliable narrator.
Is he now?
You know, this is actually where the term came from.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I don't like the tone of your British voice.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
You take the red
Stanley
pill.
walked through the
I show you how
red
deep the rabbit hole
door.
goes.
Not-
You take the blue pill.
I'm not red pilling myself.
I still don't think we're... Stanley walked through the red door.
Fuck you.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I wonder how much script
You
that
see?
the narrator
There's
actually
nothing
had
here.
for this game.
There's
I'm
like
sure it was a lot.
hours and hours,
Because you were
if
never
I
supposed
remember
to be
right,
here in the
in the
first place.
original one.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did.
Did
And
you?
in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing
take those.
so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Great, give me a gun.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
This feels like watching me make a hallway shot trailer.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical
I
feedback
don't know which
here.
button it's going to be for you.
A one? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to
That's
more
fucked up,
fully
Jeriah.
express itself mechanically and artistically, but a one? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Give me a
I
gun.
guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
What
To be
previous
perfectly
playthrough?
Candid, I think
He
I've
just did
knocked
it.
it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Ooh, TV.
Worldwide leaderboard.
Damn.
Wow. All right, I think I'm not doing well.
The worst 3% of players chose the blue door.
All right, well,
I think it's using my hours technically.
I think it is. Well, I guess. I mean, I already went in there.
Do you want to go back in there?
There's 3 options to write.
What if I rate it again?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No effect.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
Oh,
and
lovely.
Now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
Absolutely, I'm here
You
for
wouldn't
it.
mind taking a look at it, would you?
Not at all.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Dope.
Let me change the category on
In
Twitch real
this
quick.
game, the baby crawls left.
Oh, I've
towards
actually
the
seen
danger.
this.
Yeah.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Everyone
I
can
think
relate
the
to
art
that.
world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Think you can keep this up for 4 hours?
Only one way to find out.
So this is gonna be the stream today, guys.
Yeah. I mean, Jeriah, you said you had video game stuff you wanted to share. This is a good time.
Yeah?
This is an awful time.
What do you mean?
It's mostly because of the sound.
Let that baby die. I almost got a Switch too.
You heartless
You're insane.
bastard. Did you do it because
You barely
hate
used your
babies
Switch
or
one.
purely to
Well, that's 'cause it
spite
plays
me?
bad.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to
Okay.
ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Frogger.
Yes, this seems like it'll work.
Frogger.
Let's give it a shot.
Frogger?
Oh.
No!
It's Jeriah's favorite game.
I actually like this game.
We streamed it.
This is like our first stream, I think.
One of the first Wednesday streams, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I played this game a while back. This was before the podcast I had played this game.
Yeah, Sam really likes this game, and Jeriah went through it.
I played it.
Yes.
She didn't like how I played it.
venture into the experience of total mental
This isn't as fun. I can't interact with
So
things.
far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems
Yeah,
that
that's the like the game you played everything wrong, according to someone.
someone else is out there.
Also, so I don't know if you played this like path or anything, Jeriah.
No, I don't remember any of this.
This originally was Minecraft.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if they ever said why it changed. My guess is probably just they would have to go through Microsoft instead of just asking Notch like they had to do back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why they chose Firewatch.
Why not?
No, it can't be.
It's very similar.
Is it?
Yeah, you walk in both of them.
True. They are both walking
It is.
sims.
It's an open world game. Good
No.
God, quickly block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
It actually does feel like when I was playing this game. Found a lot of fences I couldn't go through.
Open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions.
There barely
No
were
path
wrong
to follow.
directions,
You could just
according to
go
Sam.
in any
Yeah.
direction. Ooh.
Let me out.
Thank heavens
That's how
we
that's
avoided
me talking about open world games.
it. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Also,
Attack on
Portal.
Titan.
fun. Like, I think I played this right after our stream, so I was like, "Oh my god, it's Firewatch." Whereas if I did it before, I would be like, "I have no clue what this is."
Hey, Rocket League.
Woo! See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around.
Wait, this
in.
they
There isn't
must have
any
updated this because
possibility
Rocket League
that
came
you
out like
could get
2014 or
lost in.
2015.
Now this
I'm trying
is
to, yeah.
game
I think
design.
Rocket League was
Stanley,
out.
if you manage
Actually,
to
I
get
think
lost
Rocket
in
League
this
was in the
game,
original.
I
Let me
will be
check.
phenomenally
No, man.
impressed.
Rocket League did not come out 2012. That's for sure.
No, it's been around for a while, though.
Because Rocket League was a
Okay, so what
PlayStation Plus
exactly
thing, and that was on
do we do
PS4.
here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack.
2015
there's
is
a
when it came
ball
out.
of some kind back here. Is
Okay,
this
so
game
what was it? Maybe it
sports
just-
ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun! We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Be better if I were a car. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. That ball's so much bigger than you are.
Boom. Oh what? What?
Are you doing it? Hold on.
Oh, okay, yes. So,
What?
you died. Nice, congrats. Okay, I checked. Originally, you went to Portal.
Oh okay. Wow. Okay. It actually was Portland. I didn't really want to fall.
Well, that's your
Well,
fault.
you did.
You fell into Rocket League ending. This is what Rocket League looks behind the hood.
Oh
you
no! I fell
yeah,
out of
yeah.
Rocket League.
You fell out of Under Rocket League.
Undertale.
Under Office.
I need a flashlight.
Oh, it's probably F.
Nope.
You know, F on the controller.
Nope. Okay. I mean, is this gonna turn into that one game where you beat up hobos?
Condemned?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Is that what that game is?
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Like, they give you reason, but it is definitely you just beating the shit out of hobos for most of that game.
Okay. I think I
You
fucked
did
up.
this. Yeah, you did this to yourself, Jeriah.
Oh, maybe it was a door you missed.
No.
I wonder what he found.
No, nothing.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it.
That's what
Down
you
in
wanted, Jeriah.
wherever he
This
is
is where it
right
led to
now.
you.
I wonder if
Not
he's
what I
happy
wanted.
with
I
his
just didn't want to
choice,
listen to the British man.
and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Very soon.
I can wait.
I just speedrun the game by not doing what he said.
No, that's about how long a run usually takes, actually.
Oh, really?
So,
All right.
Yeah, you did like
All
one of
his
the original
co-workers were
endings.
gone.
Again, they
What
changed
could
some
it
of the
mean?
games
Stanley
out, but
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right, let's speedrun. How quick can we make E throw up?
it won't be long.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
All
the
right,
door
British
on his
man.
left.
One thing that I found with controllers that makes it an easy way to give yourself motion sickness is
Yet
to
there was
just
not a
spin
single
the
person here
both
either.
thumbsticks in the opposite
Feeling
directions of each
a
other.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up
I would
to
do
his
it. What's
boss's
it doing for you?
office,
I don't know, I'm
hoping
not
he might
looking.
find an answer there.
All right, let it all ball up inside you. Yep, take it
Yeah,
out passive
that's
aggressively on
supposed to
other
work.
coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Using slides to assure that employees that everything is okay. Make sure that your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header, and throw some bevel on the. Aw, everyone is unique. You most of all.
This feels corporate.
That reminds me of things he's told us whenever we were kids. Is like usually because like there's like that whole push of like everybody's unique.
Sorry, I'm enjoying the slides. Yeah, no, everyone is unique except for.
No, it's, everyone is a special, unique snowflake, including you.
Oh no! Oh
Oh
god!
no! Stop! Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss's Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out the triplicate. Return to your boss's appreciation special. Solving interpersonal conflicts. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee, like your yourself, but more inclined towards conflict. Aw. What is your dream of the future?
Oh no!
Talk radio!
That's what half of those stupid motivational posters look like.
Go in there. Or don't.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I don't believe you.
You never trust this man.
Who would trust this guy?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
They wanted that teen rating, huh?
Yep. On an indie game where ratings are super important.
I mean, if you need a console.
Really still in the
Fair.
broom closet, standing around doing nothing. Well,
Fucking
he
Balatro
was
got
off
rated
on some
M
explanation here,
originally.
I'm genuinely
For gambling.
confused.
Oh, I was going to say how, but
for gambling. Notably, like FIFA and all those, which have literal gambling in them.
yeah.
You do
Not.
realize
Because yeah,
there's no choice or
Balatro is
anything in
simulated
you, right?
gambling because like there's not
If I'd
exactly
said
stuff you can throw money
Stanley
into
walked
as far as I know.
past the broom
Give me a
closet,
second.
at least you would have had a
What happened?
Oh, I got a bot.
I don't even see a bot.
reason for exploring it to find
It got
out.
caught for.
It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of apps. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I really don't want to listen to this guy, but last time I just.
I mean,
That's kind of the whole idea is that like branching choices.
yeah. You could fall off the path whenever you want, really.
Oh.
Or follow it all the way through to the end. It's up to you. The executive bathroom. Because the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss suffers losses, then that's what the boss chooses. Chose.
Extreme bathrooms. I wish I could zoom.
Wow! With the cheapest soap imaginable.
It always makes your hands dry while you're washing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a couple paths where that's the thing, Zifun.
Panda's library. Not a library.
Panda with the gun to its head.
Well, that's just pandas. Library.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Oh, I wanted
Stanley
a
was once
library.
again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the
Nice.
terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the
Nice.
boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the
Hey, panic room.
newly opened passageway.
I think that's the cover for 50 Shades of Grey. 2.
Oh, okay.
Electric Boogaloo.
I think it's called More Shades of Grey or something.
Half a shade of gray.
Can you look up for me real quick, Robbie, what the names of the 50 Shades of Grey
Sure.
books are? They're silly. Loading.
50 Shades of Gray.
Descending
50
deeper
Shades
into
of
the
Gray,
movie,
but with an
Stanley
E.
realized he felt a bit
50 Shades of
peculiar.
Grey, but with a slight
It
blue
was a
tinge.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
I did feel
Why
more
did
free.
he feel this now?
Then you killed
when for years it had never occurred to him.
It's 50
This
Shades of Grey,
question
50
would
Shades
not go
Darker, and then
unanswered
50
for
Shades
long.
Freed.
It's fucking stupid.
And there's a lot of dumb things about that book. Series.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or the Crayon Escape.
I mean,
Mind Control Facility?
he
Escape.
does seem to know what's better for me right now.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Matrix.
Stanley thought to himself.
This is the
Did he
Matrix.
have the strength to find out?
Wee.
But you didn't answer my question.
Wait, what?
Do it.
But what's
Do it.
there, Jeriah?
Do it.
I feel like it'll just send me to that same ending.
It's not. I can tell you that.
Oh, I died.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about
What's
it.
Twitter?
And you're all very, very clever. Good for you.
I know,
Anyway,
Elon
when it came
Musk's
time to
ex.
update the game,
This is
we
her
knew that
name,
we had to do
apparently.
something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for you, this
Jeriah.
section.
Ooh.
You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are.
I'm so special.
We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job.
I think Sam would like the song.
Yeah, if you would.
3, 2,
Sounds like a
1.
Homestar song.
Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind.
This is like original punk rock sounding.
Yeah.
Jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a buzz. Now it's an ending. Now it's an ending.
Yeah.
I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross the barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything.
This is great. It's been
Good job, you
like
did it.
it's been a couple
Good
of
job,
years,
you
and I
did it.
forgot
Good job,
some of the
you
stuff
did
in
it.
this.
Good job, you
I forgot
did it.
about this.
Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Oh, he stopped. Actually, you know what else it kind of reminded me of? Fully Cooley music.
Oh,
Fair.
oh, cool. I got the bottom of the.
You got another
Yeah.
ending.
Co-workers were
So
gone.
yeah, just
What could it mean?
fuck around. Like it's so
Stanley
quick to
decided
get
to go to the
endings.
meeting room.
If you just want to
Perhaps
try
he
something,
simply
feel free
missed
to
a
try
note.
it.
That's kind of the whole idea of this game is fuck around and find out.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, car.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He
Escape.
considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why
Someone
had
spilled
he
their
taken
coffee.
that risk? All because he
What?
believed everyone had vanished.
Time zones.
His boss would think he was
Yeah,
Time
time
zone
zone
B?
1,
And then
time zone
something
2,
occurred
time
to
zone B,
Stanley.
and time zone 4.
Maybe, he thought to himself,
Right.
maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream.
Knew it.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining
Apathetic
so
starfield.
lucid?
Yeah, a little bit.
And then
Kinda
perhaps
looks
the
dusty.
strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
A fourth
And while
wall,
he
a fourth
thought it all
wall. It's
very
like
odd,
16
he
walls.
wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth
Dry
was,
wouldn't
of
know.
course,
He never
this
dreams.
was not a dream. How could
I'm
it
pretty
be?
sure this is what it's like.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Same.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Then I noticed that the lamp started to look weird.
Okay.
What?
Which I don't think either of you get that reference.
Nope.
Nope.
Screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
That's usually what happens when you start huffing exhaust fumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it would be, you know.
This
So,
is the
no,
story
there's this-
of a woman named Mariella.
Oh?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the
That's you,
sidewalk.
Jeriah.
Oh my God.
You were that crazy man.
Whoa.
Call for an ambulance for just a few brief
And I am right next
moments,
to the car that
she
I was-
considered the street
Huffing the fumes of.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her
So
career. and by
This has a
extension,
very
the
different
rest of her
tone
life.
after,
She had
you know,
no
the
time for
killing
this.
of that
So it
CEO
was
of
only
the
a moment
care. Well, knowing that,
body.
like, all those people just
And then
left
she
him dead on the ground to get to their meeting.
Fuck that guy.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but like, it's just like thinking about like, maybe this is realer than I even like to think.
It is, but still,
All
fuck
of
that
his
guy.
co-workers were gone. What
But no,
went wrong?
the whole thing is...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I think it might have been on Reddit or something, but my last semester was at a certain college. I was assaulted by a football player for walking where I was trying to drive, noting that he was 325 pounds and I was 120 pounds. While I was
Stanley
unconscious
came
on
to
the
a set
ground,
of
I
two
lived a
open
different life.
doors.
I met a
He entered the
wonderful
door
young
and
lady.
left.
She made my heart skip and my face red. I pursued her for months and dispatched a few jerk boyfriends before
Yet
and finally
there
won
was
her
not a
over.
single
After 2
person
years,
there
we got
either.
married. And almost immediately, she
Feeling a
bore me a
wave of
daughter.
disbelief,
After a great,
Stanley
I had a
decided
great
to go
job,
up
and my
to
wife
his
didn't
boss's
have to
room
work
to a
outside my
staircase.
house.
Stanley
When my daughter was
walked
2,
upstairs to his
she, my
boss's
wife,
office.
bore me a son. My son was the joy of my life.
Bore me a son. Who says that?
This
Redditors.
person, yeah, Redditors. Where was I? Lost my place. My son was the joy of my life. I would walk into his room every morning before I left for work, and dotted him and my daughter. One day, while I was sitting on the couch, I noticed the perspective of the lamp was odd, like inverted. It was still in 3D, but just wrong. It was a square lamp, it was a square lamp, based with red and gold trim on 4 legs and a white square shade. It was transfixed. I couldn't look away from it. I stayed up all night staring at it. The next morning, I didn't go to work. Something was just not right about that lamp. I stopped eating. I left the couch only to use the bathroom at first. Soon I stopped doing that too. I wasn't eating or drinking. I stared at the fucking lamp for 3 days before my wife got really worried. She had someone come and try to talk to me. By the time my cognition was breaking up and my wife was freaking out, she just took the kids to her mother's house. Just before I had my epiphany, the lamp was not real. The house was not real. My wife, my kids, none of it was real. The last 10 years of my life are not fucking real. The lamp started to grow wider and deeper. It was still inverted dimensions. It took up my entire perspective, and all I could see was red. I heard voices, screaming, all kinds of weird noises, and I became aware of pain. A fucking shit ton of pain. The first words out of the first words I said were, "I'm missing teeth," and opened my eyes. I was laying back on the sidewalk, surrounded by people I didn't know. Lots were freaking out, and I was completely confused. At some point, a cop scooped me up and dragged me and walked me across the sidewalk and to the grass and threw me face down into the back of a cop car. I was still confused. I was taken to the hospital by the cop. Seems he didn't want to have to wait for the ambulance to arrive, give me a CT scan and shit. I went through about 3 years of horrid depression. I was grieving the loss of my wife and children, dealing with the knowledge that they never existed. I was scared that I was going insane, and I would cry myself to sleep, hoping that I would see her in my dreams. I never have. But sometimes I see my son, usually just glimpses out of my peripheral vision. He's perpetually 5 years old, and I can never hear what he says. Edit. 24 hours after the post. Never thought anyone would read this. I changed the line so it no longer seems that my 2-year-old daughter bore a child. It was never seen this Star Trek episode. Still never mentioned it, but it will eventually. I will not do an AMA. But yeah, like somebody had like described living an entire side life while they were in a small coma.
I wrote fanfic of himself.
Kind of, yeah.
Buffy episode.
It's a lot of episodes of mini shows. It's
Fuck
probably
this elevator.
Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely Twilight Zone.
I mean, it's fucking stupid.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could
What was
it
the password
mean?
again?
Stanley wondered aloud. To
I don't
nobody.
remember.
He began wildly tearing through
3?
papers on the
Close.
boss's desk,
2845.
pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
I love such a rush when you were in that elevator for like 5 minutes.
For a few moments, with some calming new age music,
Ceilings are so high in this room.
Well, it's the boss's office.
Still.
feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh. Piano sounds like a keyboard.
That's how you know it's a dream.
Right.
Going down the elevator.
Elevator. Hardly know her.
Bounce.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
Fuck you!
Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Do you trust him, Jeriah?
Oh, good point.
What if we go to the bottom of the mind control facility again?
The door was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Oh,
At
this
this
is
That's
far
too
away.
far.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Looks like death.
Whee!
Feels like death. I can't see.
How about now?
I can't see. I can't see.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped forever in his narrow vision.
Will we
of
ever
what
get
this
the
world
true
was.
ending in this dream?
Lost, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, shucks.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I'm free.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Kingdom
Like
Hearts.
every path you can walk has been created for
I
you
can't even
on
remember the
purpose.
name of the
Death
area to,
becomes meaningless,
to make a joke.
making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Right.
Then the two doors.
Hey, the two doors. Office. Right. Yeah, no, of course, that would be
That'd be dumb. Yeah.
stupid. Hey, the rating the buttons thingy. Oh, I love 3. All right. Now, I'm sure somebody's made a beat out of this.
Probably.
Maybe.
Like that's the very
Like
first thing
somebody
I wanna
already
do.
made a because you know how like you can press buttons on a YouTube video to go to like kind of pan from like to certain sections of the video.
Yeah.
Somebody found what buttons to press to make a song out of the Severance 2 intro.
I mean, they used to just make videos. That was the point.
Yeah.
So I found the asset area.
You found, I think this is like the library ending, it's called, or museum ending, I mean.
Stanley pushed the big red button.
No.
I've had enough of this
Fuck
damn
off!
narrator. There's an exit somewhere in here.
This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. There's a freedom?
Yeah.
I want to get spoiled on endings. Countdown desk. Sure. Freedom ending.
In beta.
Okay, cool. Countdown room.
A lot of this is just things you haven't seen, to be quite honest.
Hell yeah. They should have thought about that before they put this in here for me then.
I think this actually might have been the first ending I ever saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's funny. Oh, wow, look at all these the same desk. Wow.
It's different versions of the same desk.
Wow.
Wow.
Just like me actually walking through a museum. Oh, wow, that's the thing. Cool, that's cool.
Are you a rock?
Continue. Computer, enhance.
What is that strange number? Could you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is?
I cannot.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered the other rooms?
What? I enter so many rooms you don't want me to enter.
For instance, on scale of Max Ernest to Salvador Dali, how surreal will this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you bargain it with a magician to receive it? And finally, the most in the line of our previous announcement regarding the going promotion here, the result of the attached files carefully filled details of the results. Congratulations, be the first to apply to your claim after 24 hours. You can hear from the call. Damn. Greeting, omnipotent voice. I want to tell you, I like Stanley Parable as much as I like the humorously small badger in swim trunks. I indeed liked it as much as I like walking in the park watching. Just $24.5 million, do you?
Wow.
Oh, okay. Dear strong bad. How does tap with holding boxing gloves on? Ben. Nice.
That's great.
I didn't know that one was in there.
What's the lights in the control room do? I really want to know.
Dear Strong Bad. That's great.
Business broker, please partner with a very rewarding business venture.
Spammy.
Yeah, a bunch of spam emails. Treat this as important, not spam. Regards, Anthony. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir. Sir. Is it, what is your message for today? Sincerely, Harris.
Actually, it was just a bunch of emails.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they said it was.
There's a skeleton
Yeah.
inside of you. There are more skeletons in the world than there are humans. Thanks and goodbye. That is fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can we prove that?
Probably? Are you spying on me? Why?
I donate.
Will the game feature capybaras?
Was that
Real
you?
question. No, that's from Quackster.
He is famously not a quackster. Pixel Sith. Dear narrator, how do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael the Rock Martin.
Damn, that's the Rock's brother.
If this game were Kickstarted, this would be Kickstarter emails.
Dink dunk. Subject gay. Are you gay?
I did not read any of these, I don't think.
These are pretty good. Appreciate the previous Stanley Kerrigan's work of art and standalone titles. Appreciate the credits, arts, and like to, however, the idea of being censored in a manner.
That's just as like,
Yeah. How many endings Stanley Parables really want to let me go shopping? I hope I'll have a fine selection of disappears. Okay. It's real emails that they just patched in here, huh?
Probably.
How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What's the difference between a duck?
And
What? And what?
a duck and what?
These have to be
Attack and
from
what?
the original because so many of these are like lol so random.
I hope it's good, or for better than the first one from a cool man.
Oh, okay. We saw
Okay,
that.
yeah. Now they're starting to loop.
I am a rock now that you mention it, actually. I am an I. Ooh, phone.
You ran out of time.
What? No.
And then it went back over.
Apartment timer. What? Apartment.
There's
apartment
a
timer.
lot of endings in this game, Jeriah.
There are a ton of endings to this game.
I'm not going to get nearly all of them.
Probably not. You're going backwards.
I mean, it also counts on. Well, he probably wants to see some stuff he didn't see before.
No.
Like
No, I
that.
want to go in here.
Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
They do wish to be free.
Will that switch make you free?
As free as I am now.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking somewhere
That's it, folks.
else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
What you say?
Ooh,
Hey,
that you want me
everybody's
well,
playing Assassin's Creed
well.
Syndicate.
Why Syndicate?
Oh,
That one's
yeah.
old.
She likes that one, I think.
Fair?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
All
to go
right,
the
time to
meeting
get the
room. Perhaps
brainwash
he
ending or
simply missed a
whatever.
memo.
It's up to you. Or you can see new content.
I don't believe in content.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
I do
doors,
like because
he
it's
entered
like
the door
after a
and
couple runs, and it's very obviously like you go in and be like, okay, like what new stuff's there, and then
Yet
when you're
there
thinking
was
that
not
is
a
when you
single
just see a
person
giant
there.
door that says new content
Feeling
every
a
time.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go
We're
up to
finally
his
gonna get the
boss's
real
office.
ending.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey,
Don't worry,
look,
Dry,
it's a
you're
new
saved.
passageway.
Hell yeah.
Full surprise.
That's fun.
I feel like there's a whole bunch of different ways to do it if you just keep on doing exactly what he says over and over again.
There's a lot of different stuff. I do know because I don't know if it's gonna let you do it again. If you just keep typing in the wrong answer, he just is like, miraculously, the door opened on its own.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
But
led to the
escape.
mind control facility.
Aha!
So I'll
The
give you
lights
some
rose
kudos,
on an
Dry.
enormous
I
room
never
packed
did
with
find the
television
fall down there
screens.
ending
What
until I
horrible
looked it up.
secret Did
Oh.
this place hold?
I didn't know that was the thing
Stanley
you could
thought
do.
to himself. Did he have the strength?
I just did it on accident.
You did. You just have to notice
Yeah, he had
something.
that moment of like, don't fall down. What if I do fall down?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to
is
images
The
on a
Matrix.
screen, and Stanley.
This actually came out before The Matrix.
It certainly didn't.
Matrix nobly came out in 2014.
Nope.
Oh, human button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control
Fired.
all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
That's what jobs are.
No.
No, I think
He
most people know their job
refused to believe
sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
He couldn't accept it.
Pirate?
His own life in someone else's control.
Oh, yeah.
Never.
One's a pirate, I
It was
guess, yeah.
Unthinkable.
Every office needs
Wasn't
one.
it? Was it even possible?
That's the only one
Had
not
he
mind
truly
controlled.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Others.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley
big red
decided
button.
that this machinery would
That
never
explodes the room.
again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Okay. Is this the freedom ending? Am I free?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Uncertainty.
Are you?
I hardly know he.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself
Damn,
from
imagine
someone
that on your
else's
QLED
command.
screen.
Freedom was mere
It'd be bright.
moments away.
Yeah.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
What?
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
Well, I said I didn't want to be in
What
it
other
anymore.
mysteries did this strange building hold?
True.
But
Feel
as
tried just
sunlight
not being
streamed
mind
into
controlled.
the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
That's Jeriah.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
It's like a movie in
Whatever life
changing
he
to its
lives,
IMAX
it will be his.
aspect ratio.
That was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I have an option not to walk through it, don't I?
Always.
I'm already here.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
Look how free you are.
I'm so
immense
free.
Possibility of the new
You're in the
path
Unity asset,
before
man.
him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Damn, imagine that on just anytime it's
I
bright.
just need to get like a
I'm
mini LED TV just to blind E with it.
It would work.
we literally watch movies on a TV that blinds me every time.
So that's the good ending, huh?
Stanley laid his layout like the back
That's
of his
an
hand.
ending. There's
It was
just,
Oh, I
only
guess
a
it's
matter
just
of time
endings
before
Yeah,
he
there's
found
just
the others,
endings.
wherever they
it's up to
were.
you to determine if you
Just
think
a
they're good
matter
or
of
not, I
time.
suppose.
Yeah.
I want to go see what happens if I
When
don't turn the
Stanley came
thingy
to a
on.
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm betting I just come back to this office.
Yet there was not a single person
Tips for
here
not getting
either.
fired, talk less.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
He's
Stanley
not wrong.
decided to go up.
It's worked for me.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I've had enough.
Ow.
Here's the door. Just go.
That's really good.
Watching this again, I might have subconsciously borrowed quite a bit of this to make Hallway Shot now that I think about it.
You're not supposed to say it that way. You're supposed to say
Stanley
it
walked straight
inspired
ahead
you.
Through the large door that read
Nah.
Mind Control.
I straight up
20.
stole from it.
I remember whenever you're first making your hallway
The
game, like
lights
I
rose
looked
on
at it and I was like,
enormous
this
room
is
packed with television
this is a lot like
screens.
PT. And you're like, what's
What
PT?
horrible secret did
I-
this
yeah, I haven't played
place hold?
PT still.
Stanley
You never will.
thought to himself.
And I never, yeah, I
He had
can't.
the strength.
I mean, I
I
have
could,
the I have the Unreal Engine 4 version of it.
Not the same,
Probably not.
but it might be exactly the same.
Literally the
It's
same, but
it's
it's
the
not.
same
Now
enough.
The monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
I mean, that means I'm
Stanley's
fitting the
co-workers,
niche.
the
You know,
lives
people
of so
never got
many
PT, so
individuals
now they can play
reduced to
hallway Sean and be
images
like,
on a
this is nothing like
screen.
PT.
Eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
PT was really fun to play during that E3 day, though.
Literally everyone was like, this is the fucking coolest shit I've
This
seen in a long time. And
mind-controlled
then
Yeah.
they canned it.
facility, It was
Yeah.
too horrible to
Well, to be
believe
fair,
it couldn't be
PT
true.
was not going to
Had
be how the
Stanley
game
been under
was.
someone's control
It was
all
literally
this
a
time?
trailer.
Was this
A
the
tr-
only reason
It was a
Jeriah
trailer,
was
and it was a way
always
for
in charge? But
Kojima
his
to like talk about his new
emotions had
engine.
been manipulated
Yeah.
to
And then
accept
got into the fight with
blindly.
Konami. Excuse me. And then also
No,
lost his
he refused to
engine
believe
and
it. He
him
couldn't
making the
accept
Silent Hills game.
his own life in someone else's
But yeah,
control.
like he talked about it
Never.
later, and he was like,
It
"Yeah,
was
no, that house was going to be a house that you,
Wasn't
as
it?
the character,
Was
could
it
go
even
in at some
possible?
point."
Had
And
he
if you
truly
played
spent
PT,
his
you'd know that it
entire
had more
life
significance. But if not, then it would just be a
blind to
house.
the world?
That is kind of. I do like the idea of that though.
But here was the proof. The
I
heart
mean,
of
still,
the
it's just
operation.
insane. He made like one of the
Controls
most
labeled
like
with emotions,
receptive
happy
demos
or
ever,
sad or
and then
content.
they just kicked him.
Walking,
Yeah.
eating,
But I mean,
working,
Konami
all
doesn't
of
make
it
good
monitored and
decisions.
controlled
No, they
from
make
this
terrible
very
decisions.
place.
Because
And
like
as the cold
That's when they just
reality
wanted
of
to go
his
all in
past
on
began to
gambling, I
sink
think.
in,
yes,
Stanley
they wanted to
decided
keep
that
all their
this
assets so they can use it for
machinery would never
Pinko
again
machines.
exert its
Pachinko, but
terrible
close
power
enough.
Over another. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls. did you?
Jeriah.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Maybe.
You do like that game.
I do like Control.
Stanley, I applaud
You have to
your
play it
effort, I
right,
really
though.
do. But you need to understand,
Unlike Jeriah,
there's
who
only so
played
much that machine can do.
Firewatch
You
perfectly.
were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
I don't
If you
wanna.
want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
It's
I'm
on now.
afraid
Fuck
don't
you.
have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
No.
In the event that this machine
No.
detected our DNA identification,
Just fuck you mean, nuh-uh.
detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
What's that button do?
Good.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little
Button
time
number
left to
4.
enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to
Where's
talk
4?
about you, about me, where we're going.
Right there?
What all this means. I barely
Is it the
know
yellow
where
4?
to start.
Not a 4.
What's that?
That's a 3.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
I don't think
moment of
Jeriah cares
solace before you're
where his
evacuated.
coworkers are.
Yeah, I don't really.
All right, I'm in a good mood.
1,
You're
2.
gonna die anyway.
3's
I'll
over
tell you
there. Wait, was
exactly
4
what
up here,
happened
then?
to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was
5.
merely in this
Shit.
instance of the story. Sometimes when I
it the
tell
one up
it,
on the second
I
story?
simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons.
Could it be the
endlessly
farthest
and then
possible
die
one?
anyway. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make
Did nothing,
sense
apparently.
of everything and take back
Yeah.
the control wrested away from you, it's quite
What's the
bitchy.
say to hit now?
I almost hate to see it go.
That still says 4.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better.
Incorrect.
My goodness, only
1.
34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
I don't know.
Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I don't actually remember how to do this part.
Dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you
But
have no
me
idea
doing
where
it
you're
right would
going or what you're supposed to be doing
Give
right
me an
now?
ending.
Or did you
Doing
just
it wrong would
assume
give you an
when
ending,
saw
too.
that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
You did it.
Hooray! I swear I use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay.
Here,
Me and
let's
E
go
will
to-
sit here and talk about something
I
while.
was gonna say I was just gonna use the bathroom too, since we're BRB anyways.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to talk to them alone, Robbie? Or you want to
I don't
stretch
know what
your
I would
legs?
talk about. I'll
All
stretch
right.
my legs. We'll be right back.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, we're back.
I don't feel like figuring
All
that
of his
puzzle out.
co-workers were gone.
I don't know.
What could it
I mean, I could be
mean?
wrong. Maybe there's just no
Stanley
way to do
decided
it,
go to
too.
the meeting
Quite
room.
honestly.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I can Google it.
Nah, impossible.
I guess I could do the right door thing and not jump off the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only place they gave me an option to, like, jump. Did I jump or did I fall off?
When Stanley
You can't
came to
jump.
a set of two
I must have
open
fallen
So you
off.
just
this
fallen
was
off.
not
There's
the
no
correct way to
rails on
meeting
the
room,
thing is
and
what it
Stanley
is.
knew it
Right.
perfectly well.
Also, like I was talking about
Perhaps he
earlier,
wanted to stop by
I
the
almost bought a
employee
Switch
lounge
too.
first, just to
I got
admire it.
curious whenever pre-orders went up.
Wow.
Like,
Yes,
I wonder if I just
this
wanted
room.
one if I could.
What a
So I went to
beautiful room.
Walmart and it was
Eager to
available
get
still.
back to business, Stanley took
And
the
then I was
first
like,
open door on his left.
Man, how angry would Liz?
Stanley was so bad at following
How angry would Liz
directions,
be
it's
if I just dropped
incredible he wasn't 5 years
450
ago.
bucks right now out of nowhere, and I
She would
decided real
absolutely be
angry.
pissed.
Look, Stanley,
So I
think
didn't do
perhaps
that.
we've gotten
So
off on
you
the wrong
landed on
foot
that
here.
part.
Yeah.
I'm not your enemy, really,
So
I'm not.
I didn't do it,
I realize
but
the
I actually had
investment
the option. I went back
in
like
someone else
15 minutes later and they were gone.
But
So I was
the
like, oh
fact
shit, I
is that
actually
the
had the option to
story
do
has
this.
been about
I
nothing
would have
but
been pissed at you if you bought
all
this Switch too.
time.
Quite
Someone
honestly.
been doing things,
It seemed like it was quite
Someone
similar to the time whenever I just walked into a GameStop and they just randomly
Stop
had
trying to make every
the
decision by yourself.
SNES portable
I'm
or
not
the
asking
SNES
for
Classics.
Oh yeah.
Right,
No.
yeah, because that was when it was still really rare.
Oh yeah, that was still when it was
Your
like
chance
incredibly
to
rare. Like the
redeem
fact they
yourself,
had one
to
was
put
a
your
big deal.
work
So I was like, you
aside,
know what? It's
to
probably
let
gonna be gone if
her
I
back
try to
into
come
your
back later
life.
to get it. So I'm
She's
just gonna get it
been
now.
waiting.
Yeah. So, wait, why would you have been mad, E?
Just spending money on that.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Just walk away.
Her who?
Your wife.
Oh,
He did say new stuff.
I guess.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come
I
on.
didn't ever
Did
do
you
this.
actually think you had a loving
I don't
wife?
have any
Who would
memory
commit
of
their life to
this.
you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I don't feel like you're already lying to me.
You can. This is unexplored territory. You could leave if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a
Now you
shitty
can't.
apartment.
This is a very sad
like my
story
apartment.
about the death of
Oh.
a man named Stanley.
Is this how big your apartment is? Good morning, employee. Press on your controller.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
Aw.
He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there.
What's
pushing
that game
buttons,
where it's like,
doing exactly
if
what
you
he's told
would,
to do.
or whatever,
He's pushing
Bioshock? What was
buttons.
that?
Now,
Would you kindly?
he's
Yeah.
taking
Oh,
notes.
Bioshock.
Yeah, that's Bioshock.
Going home.
I think my term's way better. I think they should have used if you would.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
It says, "Where's
From
the
behind his
bathroom?"
desk,
The
I know,
sink's
I've
right
been-
there.
dreamed
I've
of
been
wild
looking.
expeditions
The sink's
into
right
the
there, guys.
unknown.
It's gotta be in there.
Fantastic discoveries.
Wherever
of
that
new lands.
chair is.
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work
Why is the
was a
carpet weird?
reminder that none of it would ever
It's
happen
like
to him.
fake carpet you put on tile.
And so he
Yeah.
began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he
We're
stepped
on a
up from
sneaking
his
mission.
desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his
I can't get
boss,
behind her.
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Gotta spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered.
I playing
what
a
lay
text
behind
adventure?
the door.
Now,
Mere
Kinda
of
what
the
you
same
always have been
game.
doing.
Decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible
Actually
paths and
startled you, huh?
destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round
So yeah, reading it,
room with
apparently like none of those
monitors
buttons
and
actually do
mind
anything.
controls.
Oh, cool.
And
Good.
down
So that's
another
just
was
the
Yeah,
ending
so
of
the
that.
detonation ending is
Okay.
literally you just
Many
have to listen to the
directions.
narrator tell you
And
that
down
you're a
another
piece of
was
shit.
game with a
Nice.
baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end.
What's that
he
thing that
might
the
always feel
character
this
in,
free.
Cube says
Surely
over and
there's
over?
An answer down some new
Like, does the
path,
thing-
mustn't there be?
This room is
Perhaps if he
blue.
played
Yeah,
just
this
I
as
want to
room
go
is
back to the
blue.
red room.
I'm Cuban here.
Tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer.
Stop it.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all
My wife's
he's
not a
doing is
desk.
pushing the same buttons he always has.
She's looking pretty
Nothing has
desk,
changed.
Jeriah.
The longer he spends here,
A wife
the
is
more
like a pretty
invested
desk.
he gets. The
God,
more he
that's
You
feels
never know what
shitty
you're gonna
boomer
get.
comic from fucking Dilber ass comic.
And
I wouldn't
never
doubt it.
tell him this, that in
Go to
this
sleep?
world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
What?
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
Oh, no.
Here, watch this.
Okay.
Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I don't want to go to work in the morning.
None of us do.
I don't have work in the morning.
You lucky bastard.
You're not going to give me an option on this one, are you, narrator?
I don't know. How patient are you?
That might be the question for a lot of these things.
Speaking
Yeah.
of patience, you know that baby game? You can play it for 4 hours,
I bet you can.
and it does say something if you do.
Fuck.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get
don't
him to
wanna
see
kill
what I
myself.
see? How can I
Well, you
make
gotta
him
leave
look at
your job.
himself?
Question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules.
I still can't believe you
simply
found an
play to
ending
my
I've never
intended
seen in this
purpose.
game. I've
Not
seen
so
so many
bad,
like
I suppose.
playthroughs and stuff too, and I
I'll
just
try once
no
more
one
to convey all
no one
this to
does
him.
this ending, I
I'm
guess.
compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
What?
And I tried again.
It's not even a.
Stanley pushed a button.
There's no question.
No question. Just die.
Yeah, fucking please die.
Narrator's kind of an asshole.
That wasn't the narrator, he said.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Just one more door, then I'm done.
Just one more door till
Stanley
retirement.
came to a set of
90%
two
of
open
walkers,
doors. This was not the
stop
correct way
before
to
they
the
reach the
meeting
big
room,
door.
and Stanley
Oh,
knew
wow.
it
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So I've been playing Blueprints a little
The
bit.
lounge was sublime.
Remember last time I said I'm not going to play
Yeah,
any
where
more
you
of that
said
game?
you weren't gonna play anymore and you were
Back to
done.
business.
Played so much
Stanley
more.
took the
My
first open door
roommate
on his left.
has been playing that
And
so
he
much.
detoured through the maintenance
I got to the
section,
point where I
walked
think I've
straight
decided-
ahead to the opposite door and got back on track.
Door takes you back to the normal stuff. Other thing is not.
Not. I think I've come around to I think that game is real neat. And I kind of hate it.
But Stanley
Which
didn't
game?
want to go back.
Blueprints.
Oh,
He
okay.
wanted to wander about and get
I
even
eventually wanna
further
play
off
it.
track. So now
I
in
think
order
it
to get
is a
back, he
really
needed
neat
to go
puzzle
on,
game stuck inside of a really annoying roguelite.
From here, it's left.
What about right?
That's just a door.
You're a door.
Your face is a door.
No,
Oh.
it's to the right. My mistake.
So you're trying to go that way the whole time.
No.
Bitch,
not
I
the
will
right.
stab you.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly. Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Make you wait a full minute.
Now, let's see. We went down.
This is
right,
real good for my
left,
motion sickness. Thank you.
left,
E,
right.
close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay, yes. This story is absolutely
Okay, we're good.
definitely
Sam says
this
she's really
way.
into Atom Fall now. That sounds like a 2000s MMO that would have been made based off Indivisible.
No, Atom Fall's actually a really cool, like, survival end of world game. I think a lot of people weren't disappointed by it going into it thinking it would be like a Fallout. It's not.
No. This isn't
Hey,
right
this is a
at
different
all.
angle.
You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Look away, guys.
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Where's the close your eyes button?
Okay, we just had to get back to
That one screen's
Who
glitching.
am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole
Fired.
story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
That's a fun enough ending. What if I don't leave this room? What if I just do office job?
Kind of doesn't do much.
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Apparently,
did
there
he
are
do?
endings before
Stanley
he hit the
decided
doors,
to
though.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's a billion things that you can do at any point.
Jump out window. Blueprints. I think the puzzle solving stuff is actually very, very fun. Hey, wait, what's that?
Other stuff.
Wait, no, that's. Is there another person going through this exact same thing? No, because that's different. I want in that room.
I'll get that room.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Let me in that room. What if I press the yellow box?
It all sounds like keyboards. It's keyboards all the way down.
I want that looks better.
Looks the same.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. All the lights are shut off in that one, except for a couple.
See how, look, see how there's a brick wall there?
Yeah.
Not a brick wall there.
Uh-huh.
And then you look over there. See how that's like an empty hallway?
Not
And
empty hallway.
That's an empty
There's
hallway.
a file room in this one, so you kind of seem stupid now.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
Get out of this stupid room.
What if the clock does something?
Could.
You said there's a million endings. Wait, why are these lights?
Draw too much blueprints, all right? Man, it's not that deep sometimes.
This is Stanley Parable. It's all that deep.
Wait, where was the new content hallway?
Gasp.
What?
When Stanley...
Wait, what?
Wait, what? No,
Oh, hey, what?
no, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
I couldn't. I
Everything
didn't want to
complete-
spoil it, but that's why. That's why certain things you can't do right now.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere? Or...
No.
Hold on.
Jeriah with
Why,
suspicious
you?
story
I'm the one who
shaped
wrote the story.
lump in his throat. Oh, I don't know, man.
But surely it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come,
Oh,
Stanley.
no, that's too many
Let's
choices.
find the story.
Don't worry, one's locked off. The one that would have been the doors that you were looking at earlier.
That one looks cool, though.
The one with the chairs blocking it. Get to that one.
Go this way, I guess. Are each one of these doors a different ending?
Maybe.
Do I have to remember that?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think that's true.
Run
I'll say
around
it.
in
This
circles,
is
run
the
around in
worst
circles.
adventure I've ever
This is
been
the
on.
back
I can
rooms, but
promise
silly.
you, there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over
No,
and over again. It's got to
we'll
be
find
better
it.
than this. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Shut up. We
Why
can
not?
find the. I can find the ending. All right. Just give me some time.
All of his co-workers
Just
were
wait!
gone.
I'm trying to do something!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
He's gonna keep trying.
All right, okay, we're still not.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction?
But yeah, I think the
See if we
RNG
missed
ruins
anything.
blueprints for me a lot.
I don't know what the RNG is, and I'll figure it out in 7 months when I finally play blueprints.
It's kind of a deck builder, but kind of not.
It's a deck builder, but with rooms.
Yeah, basically.
It's a deck builder with halls.
But like,
Ha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
you know exactly what you need to do, and you just have to
Wait,
hope the
never mind.
RNG is
Not
in
the
your favor
story.
to be able to do the
Okay,
thing you
let's
need to
head
do.
back the
It's
other
really
way
annoying, actually.
And retrace our steps.
This is condemned.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't
Kind
quite
of.
recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
No.
This
You know
is the
what?
back rooms, isn't it?
Since I've
This is where the back
This
rooms
is
came
way
from.
earlier
Used
than
to
the
be
back
going,
rooms,
How
but
about this?
Maybe it helped inspire the
You
back rooms.
win.
You won!
Hooray! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it
did.
really paid off. So, good job.
Thank you.
it feels nice to be validated for all the hard work.
You know,
put
it
in
really
sometimes.
does. Yeah.
No, I don't feel right about this at all.
You said I
We
won.
both know you didn't put
It's
in
too
the
late. You can't
actual
take it back.
work.
No takesy backsies.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
That's right. You gotta remember I'm watching, man.
Oh, so spin in circles and look up?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable
Wait a
Adventure
second.
Line. Just
Yeah, there
follow
you
the
go,
line.
Dre. You get to go a different
How
way.
simple is that?
Do you dare follow the yellow line?
Like, what if I didn't follow the yellow line,
You
though?
see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just
you found the
stick
line.
with me.
You went in a
Now, we
circle.
can
Congrats,
both
Dre.
agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
Ball run.
Hang on.
Whoa.
That got a bit weird.
Was
back
this
there.
Brink?
Well, I'd like to apologize.
No,
cat?
you remember
Where I
Brink,
was
Robbie?
going with all that.
No.
You know what?
I know of it. I
I
never
think
played it,
what
though.
we need right now is a bit of
Had a
music
coworker
to
that got
lighten
real
the
excited
mood.
about it and convinced me to get it. The fuck is this?
This is the Adventure Line music.
Anyway, it was a first-person team shooter that had like parkour in it, but the servers were fucking bad for like the first 4 months of that game being out, and so by the time the servers were good again,
No one was playing it.
no one was playing it, and that
Yo.
game just died. How's your motion sickness doing? I see you
Really
yawning
bad.
a lot.
It's real bad. This game makes me a lot more motion sick when I'm not in control. Surprisingly,
That's weird.
I got really lucky with that. I don't really get motion sickness.
Robbie doesn't get motion sick.
And it annoys Dry a lot.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely
It's gonna quiz
and
you on it
remember
later.
it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
There's exactly 827 leaves on that.
it will ask you how many leaves are on the right branch.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line,
Jeriah, look
you
where
do
you're
know
going.
we're looking for the
Hey!
Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No. Oh no!
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us?
Line TA.
I trusted you. After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Zoop.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line.
Yeah.
What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Now,
Don't
yes,
throw up,
this
E.
is
No, I'm
exciting.
burping.
Okay.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path.
And as we
a
know,
new
burping
story
can
where it
never
could be
lead to.
anything.
Never.
Yeah,
Don't
it's never led to puking ever.
Go wild. Use
Run
your
round in
imagination.
circles, run
Whatever
round
it
in
might be,
circles.
Stanley, I'm ready for it.
What are you ready for?
Adventure.
Whatever it is.
Adventure!
Oh, no, not you again.
You
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
The line's right there, though.
Well, it's gone. You can't follow it anymore.
Oh.
But what if you could?
Ah, a
Hey!
choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our
Hey,
control.
congrats.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to
Probably
lead
don't look at the
somewhere,
screen for this part, E.
which means that somewhere the
It's fine, I
place
can look at
where
the
we're
screen for you.
trying to go,
Yeah,
there
describe
must
to me
be
in
a
vivid
reverse
detail what's
door
happening.
that leads
Walking around in
here.
circles,
And
hit an
that in
arrow,
turn
hit an arrow,
means that
you
our
hit an arrow,
destination
hit an arrow,
corresponds
you hit an
with
arrow,
the counter-inverted
you hit an arrow,
reverse door's origin.
he turned
So
around,
starting
he's now
from
going
the
in a
right,
circle,
let
hit
us
an
ask,
arrow, he hit an
will
arrow,
this
hit an arrow.
lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley.
Make everybody
our
motion sick.
destiny
Fuck this.
awaits.
Yeah, so Food made a good point. You never said what color the arrow is, Robbie.
Ooh, it is a red arrow.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Fuck the man.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Yippee.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way.
You have
that
another
this is a
story about
kind of
almost buying the
story,
Switch too,
wouldn't you
Jeriah?
agree? I'm not quite sure.
Next day, I almost went to a GameStop and did it.
Oh, nice.
They're always saying that life is about the journey and not
Went
the
to Entertain Mart
destination.
instead.
So I hope that's where we are right
Where I made
now.
different bad
We'll find
choices.
out, won't we? Eventually.
Oh, I actually found a
Well,
pretty
in
cool
the
book at
meantime,
Entertain
if
Mart.
you do-
Oh, cool. Just new run.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Definitely a
What
new
could it
run
be?
and not the thing
Stanley
that
decided to go
we
to the
just
meeting
read
room.
about.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I guess
Nope,
it is a new run.
It's a real new run. What book, Robbie?
Oh, I found a copy of the Hellbound Heart.
New content? What does that
I don't know
mean?
that.
New
It's
content.
the book, or it's the novella that actually inspired all of the Hellraiser movies.
Ah. The good ones or the bad ones?
Same thing.
Yeah, technically the first two. Everything else was past the book.
Finally, we're doing the thing we came here
Doing
for.
new content.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You're so welcome.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I think our research
After
said
receiving
2012.
critical and commercial
No, it said
success,
2013.
It was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Made in
The
Unity
Stanley
instead of
Parable
Source.
Ultra
An
Deluxe
avocado.
features exciting new content that
Thanks.
broadens and expands the world of the Stanley
More.
Parable, delighting audiences the world
Smiley
over.
face.
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures
All right,
await.
Jeriah,
in
this
The
is all the
Stanley
new stuff,
Parable
other
Ultra
than what we found
Deluxe.
earlier, but
This sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
oop, that picked up on the mic.
Sure did.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content.
We're
Never been
almost at the
more
new
ready.
content,
Let's do
Jeriah.
it.
I hope you're
Almost
ready.
there.
I'm so
There's-
excited.
There's so much new content.
Continent?
Cotton.
Yeah, a lot of cotton.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Content time.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, hell yeah.
Woo! You got your jump, baby.
You can jump in Stanley Parable now?
Now you can jump in the jump circle.
This is going to change the meta.
Careful there, Jeriah. You're running out of jumps.
I thought it was like,
This is how much you're supposed to do in the jump and the circle.
No, that's how many jumps he has left.
Just waste them all. Waste them all.
I'm going to go negative jumps.
Aw.
You're out of jumps. You used all your jumps.
Oh, no.
Well, I hope you enjoyed your jumps.
I have a really good time on my jumps.
I'm glad.
Thank you, Stanley
Is-
Parable, for this
Is
content.
that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
It would be really funny if it just put you back into the normal game after that.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
That's what
If this
EA
is
would
new
say.
Content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
Ooh, well,
Hell,
technically that's
I could
old
count to
content.
30 trillion. You could put that on
It's
the
new
box.
content to the Stanley Parable.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. Very good. Yes.
How long
I
would
knew
it
there
take to
had be
read the
something else.
dictionary?
Let's see.
Takes a long time.
I
feel like more than 20.
Whatever it is.
I'm sure there's a YouTube video of a guy just reading off the
That's
dictionary.
it?
Oh, well.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
That's Twitter.
It's my fault, Stanley.
You already made this
I built
joke.
too much anticipation
Yeah, it's
around
Elon
the
Musk's ex,
content, I'm
remember?
afraid. They could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about? No frills, no gimmicks. Just
When I
you
think
and me
Stanley Parable,
and a
gimmicks is the
time
last thing on my
together
mind.
always. What do you say, friend?
This isn't the Stanley Parable.
This is just what it looked like.
It's just what it looked like.
Wow, remember Stanley Parable?
I think I do.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
What's up here, though? Now it's the Stanley Parable.
So there actually is a guy on YouTube for a charity event read every single word in the dictionary. It took him 12 hours.
But did he
But
read
not the definitions.
the
though.
definitions?
Let's find out.
Just skip to a random part in the stream.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe
Yeah, it was pretty lame.
content
Yeah,
turned
it
out
was
to
pretty
be,
bad.
But it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Yeah, remember when
So
you did
I
all those
made
things,
something
Stanley?
special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't
Dark
find
Souls?
it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it The memory zone.
So no,
It's
he
where
was
I've
just
been
reading off the
storing
words.
all
Oh, that
my
doesn't count.
favorite memories, so I can relive the peak
That's like me
experiences
just
of my
reading
life
all of
whenever I want.
Game of Thrones, but only reading every 15th
Experiences
word.
Like the launch of the Stanley Parable.
Yes and no.
on
You probably
PC.
enjoy that more.
Yeah. Phone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful
Ah,
Stanley
2013.
Parable was before it was solid with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
You remember that, Jeriah?
Back then, video
Kind of.
games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Is this a thing? Is there a physical copy of it?
Don't think so.
Sure.
Do you see what the
The something. Read that for me.
The British Academy,
of film and television arts awarded to
and then
Stanley Parable?
taped over who the winner was.
It's taped over The Last of Us.
That's great. Good time.
Man, look at all those endings.
Wait, there's endings?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, someone.
I didn't
some are
get that
endings.
one. I don't think that's a thing. That doesn't look familiar. I didn't get any of these.
That's incorrect. You went to the mind control facility.
Couple of times.
So many endings. Oh, secret ending down there. The original remake.
Buy it on Steam.
Yeah, it started just as like a source game.
Oh. John Coleman, Harvard Business Review. Is that a cat?
That was
Could
Or
have been.
kid.
that was a kid, I think. Yeah,
It was a Kit Kat.
$1.
Hey, their first dollar.
Wow.
Wow.
Be funny if that was actually a scan of their first dollar.
Well, that'd be impressive because they sold a digital video game.
Oh, I remember that actually. I remember the demonstration thing.
Begin the demo.
It's impossible to get this achievement.
It was.
Go
I
outside.
have that achievement, legit.
Nice.
That don't play for 5
So
years.
there's just an achievement you can't get
Yeah.
unless you go into the source code, I assume.
Yeah, unless you literally cheat. Yeah.
That's good. That's fun. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to
Wow.
earth. Roger goes from scandal to new crisis.
They just show uneven of effort to enroll for.
It's true.
50% off designer hats.
This is just, I think, an article in the New York Times right now.
What about the Los Angeles Times?
Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Does it? Deals choices?
Dry, you thought for so long about going through one of those doors.
If this was split fiction, I could sit on that bench. The fuck?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
That's
Wow.
impressive.
We should play
grand
this game.
and
This game sounds
all-encompassing
crazy.
the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all
That's
of
fucking
them.
crazy.
And now, it's nothing.
You know,
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevated content.
Very meta. ModDB 2012 Interaction Award.
design museum design of the
This one.
best of packs.
Fantastic Arcade.
Honorable
Arcade 2012.
mention. Honorable mention.
Person of the Year. Hey, what's this? What's down here, though?
Stuff. Memory zone maintenance.
It's under maintenance.
Yeah, not done yet. That's when the like second
Super
month
Ultra
update
Deluxe.
comes up. Yeah, like after a month when they do an update to make sure people still play the video game.
That was not a thing.
You don't think you got a free tape and 2 CDs?
That's definitely a tie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's a tie.
Tape tie.
That looks like.
Mouse pad.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even gonna say mouse pad. I was gonna say
That's frisbee? What?
No, that thing that you put hot pans on.
Coaster?
A hot pot? I don't remember the name of it. I know what you're talking about.
Memories. Wow, I remember memories.
Oh, that's what it says in it loads in the old game.
Whoa.
Remember the Stanley Parable?
Literally anything. I remember Stanley
There's
Parable.
another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
It was perfect.
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Carpet textures.
Okay, well. Oh, door. Wait, that's where I came from.
No.
Yes?
Maybe?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Half-Life?
Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, an online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Maybe.
Sam says that was your review of Last of Us 1, the Polygon one.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Also, if you hear kids on the stream, there's
Sorry.
kids. Yeah, yeah, fix that. There's kids there.
You know, kids happen.
Kids do stuff. They just
Yeah.
kid. Wow. Negative blue review.
I hate when you get those.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness.
Could I?
This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Not as Jim Sterling as you would want.
Damn.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my
Sure,
incessant
nothing weird will
droning
happen.
starts to bore you with just the push of a button,
what time
you'll
is
have
it?
zipped right past it.
One.
It's what the players have
7:05.
been asking for, and I'm very
That's a
proud
one.
to have delivered.
Where'd you get
on the minute hand.
7:05?
On the minute hand.
No,
That's a one.
The Stanley
That's all on one.
is a game
That's-
for the
no,
people.
wait, maybe?
If the people want
So it's
to
105?
buy
Yeah.
It's 105,
That's
yeah.
what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue.
Okay.
And it goes. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in
Okay,
time
yeah,
for
you're
a
right.
few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to
5
deliver a
minutes.
long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination
Right.
and more of a treatise.
No,
Or
of course.
maybe a manifesto.
Only serial killers have those.
I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you
And
can tell me
streetlights.
what you think. Okay.
Fair.
So my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice.
Facts.
That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both.
I'm
affecting
fairly
you
certain this
and
is
not
just the script
affecting
for my
you at
dinner
the
with
same
Andre.
time, by virtue of the fact that you both are
We'll never know.
or not making them. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the.
It would be
About
funny if
123?
like the amount of
The
time
minute
that
I
passes
start
when
to
you
go
skip
off
is
on a
how long
thoughtless
that thing
display of
takes. Actually, though.
self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
Can you
Perhaps
edit your
that would
review?
have been the
Yeah,
smart
yeah.
thing to check on before I went about this
I've
whole
seen
exercise.
there's a lot of
making
reviews that
the
used to be
skip
positive,
button.
went negative, negative went
Although I have
positive.
to imagine
really?
that after seeing this exciting new technology at
'Cause,
work,
you know, games
surely
update.
whoever
true.
it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
Oh, you ran out of
Okay,
words.
welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here.
Double it and
more
give it to the
than
next person.
anything else. Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time.
a little more than double.
Sitting here
Yeah.
without a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
Yes.
But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't
Oh.
the same at all.
No, sorry,
It
you're
isn't
wrong.
even
Oh.
close.
So, wow.
Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley.
Right,
Not the
right.
outcomes, not the story.
Yeah, no,
None of
no,
that
totally,
matters anymore.
totally.
I'll give it all
Anyway,
up. I'll give
I
up
am just
every
here for the weed,
branching
though.
path. I'll burn my
right
story
there.
to the ground.
Oh,
One
hell.
single thing I need,
Huh?
and
What
God,
did
I
you
can
say?
see now that I need it more than anything,
know, hell.
is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real.
You're not.
Turing test solved.
Hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so
How many weeks
much
has it been?
time,
Does the
I
clock
stopped
tell me
keeping
that?
track
Yeah.
after a year. Have you ever sat
year.
down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt
True.
nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
For sure.
And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place
is out of
is
weed
what I can
now.
only describe
He is
as
out of
the
weed.
collapse
Yep.
of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously.
Right.
I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long.
Over it. Mr. Parable?
No, you're the parable.
Well, who's Stanley?
You're Stanley.
If I'm Stanley in your parable,
who
who's
is
driving the car?
All right, well, he's gone.
You killed him. You need to replace the fire.
Detector?
You could do that too.
I don't think you replace fire. Well, actually, if you're making a fire, you do have to replace the
Yeah.
fire.
But they didn't understand
Oh,
the
shit.
game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned. They screamed.
I'm
they
always saying,
gnashed
I'm
their
watching
teeth
fucking
and
Citizen
entertained
Kane.
us. It
When
wasn't
are they
enough.
gonna
They
make
had
the
to leave a
quips? Come
pathetic
on.
little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then
actually gonna
he's
be on
talking
Avengers
too
Doomsday
much,
when
say.
they
First,
show
he didn't
Citizen Kane.
entertain us. Now he went, shut up. It's the
everyone
consistency
claps.
of the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking
Portal
into
opens
the
and a
world,
snow globe just
as
falls
though there were
through.
no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes, it seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that
So
our
he-
entertainment is now
go
our
ahead.
lives.
He just
It has come to represent us. It absolutely must.
he has made a
speak to
post on
who we
Facebook and then
are
made
as
it into a
people,
game, huh?
Because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing.
This has been
Without
saying kudos to the
entertainment, we
VA
would
for
have to
being
face
able to rant
inward
on and on.
toward the
Yeah,
cruel
honestly,
yeah, like, this
weakness
guy's
inside
generally, like, a
ourselves.
good voice
We would
actor.
turn to look at
That's
our
very
deeper
impressive.
nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so
I mean, I do
impossibly
honestly think it's
captivating
interesting
that
how,
they
like,
consume all of
2013
our
Stanley
attention,
Parable
turn our heads completely
did
away from
ask
the
a lot of
weakness.
questions
In
about
effect, we
gaming
have
and stuff that
demanded
wasn't being
that our
asked, and then
entertainment be the
2013
collapse of ourselves.
then the new one came
Pitiful
back and
reflection
asked
of
even
humanity
more
these
questions
entertainments are.
Yeah.
without
What a
the
shameful mirror
everything
to the human
changed.
spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe
I
they
have
were
met
just
many
jealous
gamers
of
who
me.
actually get mad if a game tries to do that.
It's true.
They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think.
I do
to
wonder how
feel
much,
it must be that they
like,
were so
just this
discontent
portion
with
is
themselves they
a
couldn't
lot.
help but leave
I
a
assume.
negative
I mean,
review on Steam.
yeah, we've heard a lot, so
Perhaps
yeah,
it
I
says
assume as
far
well,
more
Robbie.
them than it ever said about
I just
me.
mean like in quantifiable
Perhaps the
hour,
state of their
like
psychological being was
in the
such
hours or
tatters,
whatever
and my
minutes.
constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear
It
me
might not be
down.
an hour, but
This, you can see,
I don't
is
know.
clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amused them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to
Oh, there
be
you go,
funny. It
looped.
was meant to have a point.
There was. Okay.
It's silent again.
Who knows how long it's been?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end,
is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never
Oh.
the end, is never 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 the end.
Oh.
That was good.
Sorry, I got a clip.
The end is always the end. I don't know if they have the slash clip yet or not, but
I don't know.
it would be nice because fucking Twitch mobile sucks ass.
It
But
sure does. And sometimes the clip thing's just not there.
yeah.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
The building's fucked.
Yep. It's been so long that the building's starting to collapse.
But the button remains.
It always remains.
Okay.
It always was. It always will be.
The button was here before we were born, and it will be here long before we're gone. Before we're gone, after we're gone.
what?
It's before we're gone, after we're gone, when we're gone.
Oh, hey, nature.
It's The Last of Us.
Weed's back! Yeah!
We can finally touch grass again.
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone again.
It died.
Press again. Everything's green. These studio lights make dark things hard to see.
Just a little bit.
Turns into a survival horror. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa.
Wow.
But button.
It's the button. Yeah. It's the button at the end of time.
But the button's always been here.
And will forever be there, but it's broken.
It's there, but you can no longer press it. How terrible.
For what purpose is a button that cannot be pressed? Much like a
It is like
sandwich that cannot be eaten.
Or water that can't be drinking.
Drinking, drunked.
Drinked.
Or a word that can't be spoketh.
Spoken?
It's Journey now. There's no one else here. It can't be Journey.
It's probably Journey now.
I'm pretty sure you always can find someone to play Journey with.
Oh, hey. It's Stanley Parable. That's the ending?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
He
mean?
escaped.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to share.
Yeah, you know, just right after that very somber ending, let's go. Let's
Go do it again.
That was funny.
He did say he was gonna have more jokes.
It's true.
That's part of the new content, baby.
More yucks. Don't
see,
yum his yuck.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
The end is never the end.
Again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a
4,
measly
2,
re-release with a few
7.
minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go
Like a
in so
welcoming
many
quote.
different directions. This is what fans have truly been
Taste the
asking
sequel.
for.
New and tasty.
Yum yum. That's what they said about New Coke.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I really think they should have called it Switch Super Deluxe.
All the attempts to
I wonder how much of this is like,
real.
yeah.
I don't know.
Hard to say.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, it's the Fern. Oh, your brain?
Yeah, look.
Oh, hey, it's E.
Yeah, they were thinking about adding co-op.
I haven't
That
quite
would be
nailed
hilarious.
down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
We took
I
that red
figure
marker.
that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic.
That's what they
than
say.
Scientific or logical, really.
The way to the show floor. Oh, perfect. New features.
Whoa. New
The
content.
content bus.
We like some content.
We like some content.
Whoa.
Oh, fuck.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Whoa, look, it's the opening credits to True Detective.
Whoa. I can't believe they took that from Stanley Parable. Yeah, there's a bunch of new content you can just explore.
Button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Where?
Well, there was a giant sign that says the button and then
Okay, yeah.
Just keep following it. Keep
The baby's
following
all
it.
grown up. No. Oh, hey, there's the button.
Yeah. I don't know how you missed the giant sign.
Well,
that
is this the thing that'll lock me out of stuff? If I-
No, just
Oh, okay.
this. It just kind of like will bring you back
For the
here.
Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't
I really
that
wanted to just say
wonderful?
Stanley.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the
Come on, Jim.
experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's
All right,
take
look
a
into my
deep
Jim.
breath,
Jim.
clear your mind,
Look into
forget
the
whoever
camera and
you
make a
are,
funny-looking
simply
face.
Become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself. Jim. Whoa, hold on.
Whoa,
I
Jeriah.
wasn't finished setting up the backstory.
Yeah, you can't get into
the
the.
role play as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of
Oh,
this
you're
button.
right. You're right,
Otherwise,
Mr.
It's just
Parable.
a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish
Okay,
first.
no, my bad.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
I am Jim.
Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. You feel it in your soul. Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Oh, wow, that's
Yes,
crazy.
what a
That's
thrill,
crazy.
What a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again.
But is Jim Slim?
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
It's true.
It's
I would have bought
deliberately
Stanley Parable
Jim.
too for
I'm
that.
too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there! Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
No!
To lose all sense of who you actually are.
Oh man, I also just love because it's like they had that technology back in fucking Facade in like 2004.
Jim.
Jim.
That was good. That was funny.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of
Oh, go
finishing
back.
this feature.
That 1 2 is smaller than the rest of the 2s. And giving you a thumbs up. Yippee!
Well, before I go to that epilogue, I should explore everything else.
The reassurance bucket.
Whoa, I love... Oh, merch! Oh, I can't get in there. The end is never the end again. Oh, perfect.
There's the best new feature. I saw the new content.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Is that a real QR code?
You can try
Maybe.
to get it if you want. I'm sure it leads to something funny. I mean, something that's a meta narrative about the game industry and where we've gone.
Let's see. The sequel, huh? And it's a YouTube video. And it says, that's new? And thanks for stopping by. Join the Crows Discord or follow us on Twitter.
Interesting.
Sam asked if it actually goes to merch. I don't think it goes to
It
real.
does not go to real merch, unfortunately. Because I would buy a shirt that says I saw the new content. And I would wear it to every Marvel movie.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was merch when this game was new, but I could be wrong.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair.
Oh, they had
in those
genders
who
to
played.
Stanley Parable.
Well,
Ugh.
I'm
Stanley
happy to
Parable
say
went
that after
woke.
much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance
I feel like I wasn't assured
You see,
enough.
Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Wow.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Yeah, give me that bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
It is.
In fact,
How's it feel, Jim?
Can I say that I do believe the bucket
I've
lends
never
you an
felt more
air
like
of
Jim in my whole
charisma
life.
as well. I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Sounds like something Jim would
The
want.
benefits of
Yeah,
buckets
thank you.
go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I can't wait for Stanley Parable 2, man.
It's gonna be crazy. I'm keeping the bucket.
You literally are.
Oh,
Also, there's a chair.
cock chair and Stanley Parable too.
I'm getting flashbanged by all these fucking windows.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Nope. It's an easy achievement. Get it here. I can't believe it's that simple.
Wow.
Collectibles. Exit. Nobody likes an exit. Jump circle.
Everybody loves Jump Circle.
What jump circle? I'm here. Jump circle. Where's jump circle?
If only there was a...
It's on N.
N. Jump circle.
Now with reassurance bucket.
Oh
Let's
no!
bring
I
the
went through my
circle
jumps
back for
already.
Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your
Wow,
jumps the first
Jeriah.
time we saw the jump circle.
Oh,
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
You fucked it up, Jeriah. The game's gonna be a fucking disaster when it launches. Oh my god.
oh man, that's my bad. Collectibles.
Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
One of 6.
I feel fulfilled.
He only got
Oh,
one of
it
6 of
really
them.
is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Oh, what's this easy achievement? Oh wow, he gets an if he can get an award, pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps.
It just works.
Now here's something
sounds
special.
too easy to be
you
true.
Remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not
Nice.
a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
It's broken,
Keep
Jeriah.
pulling on it.
Please pull me, please pull me.
Huh, well, I mean, it's not a feature yet.
But when Stanley Parable 2 drops, you can do it.
It's so silly.
I mean, I feel like as an
What
investor, I'd
else?
be ready.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
What's this? Please, no screenshots.
Guys, don't tell them that
Yeah,
we're
don't look,
recording.
don't
Okay,
look.
I'll be honest, I haven't
Whoa.
yet decided on this one. I think
Whoa.
that in the new version, the office could
Whoa.
use a bit of decoration, like balloons.
You
but
skip
I'm
past the thing.
undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy
Whoa.
12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece, it is.
Yippee.
Thanks.
You chose.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Oh, silly.
Let's see. So, I think there's one more on your right.
Infinite hole.
Yeah.
It won't end.
It never ends. But the end is never the end.
The end is
Oh,
never.
wow. They're making Stanley Parable 2 games as a service? Whoa. Rim, right? Surrounding area. Depth, infinite. Checks out to me.
Infinity.
Flashbang.
Ow.
Depth, science. More. Falling, infinity. More, hole. Man, the graph checks out. It just keeps going.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm understanding what they're going for here.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
The bucket will keep me good.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
There walls.
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
How far can we go, though?
Infinite.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I'm starting to think this hole is infinite.
What, do you think they would lie to you, an
I don't know
investor?
quite how to say this tactfully, but it's
You're
possible
right.
that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
Secret
You found
butts.
me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Jeriah.
I
Me?
figured the hole was as deep
sorry,
as
Jim.
anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Whoa, Parable. Calm down.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't
I
we
meant
just
it.
put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Theoretically infinite hole.
No? Then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
What if it doesn't work for
I'll
me?
just be up here when you're ready.
It doesn't work for me, Parable. I'm out of bubble water. You talk to me. You talk to me right now.
He's gonna wait.
This bucket tells me I'm doing the right thing. Fine, you win, Mr. Parable.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas
Fall back
for
down the hole.
sequel. Oh, for heaven's I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of...
What?
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
It
I
yeah, it
couldn't
was.
help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to
Less
become
hole even
extremely
more.
certain
Yep.
that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. Here my lies come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing? I'm obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean,
Pretty sure.
I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try
Just as
it
if only you
again.
could jump. This is in the jump circle. And Jeriah would have been out of jumps anyways,
I
even
wo-
if it was.
I would have been out of
Still
jumps.
Nothing. Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Was it worth it, Jeriah?
Yes.
No.
Even though I'm not Jeriah.
Was it worth it, Jim?
Yeah.
Jeriah hates this. Jim loves this.
Well,
Get some music.
Well, this is a conundrum.
there's not been like a checkpoint. Okay, well, it's definitely one. Oh, it's more of a hole.
Oh, it's going down.
This reminds me of a poop I had once.
How does this remind you of a poop you had once?
I just wanted to see how you would react. Sometimes you just gotta say things.
He really wants to get my go.
See, he gets it.
I would never say things just to elicit a reaction.
Change your perspective. Oh.
Gasp. Gasp. Change your perception.
It's actually hilarious.
I don't like this song.
It's very avant-garde.
Ooh.
Now it's moody.
like tried to stuck to hell.
Nice.
Stanley? Stanley? Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
I was actually
Because
really
this
enjoying
story
that.
is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about
I
if
better
just
steal that and
pop
add it
in
to Always
from
Should.
time to time to wake you up, to keep you really, truly focused on the whole. From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years
Sam
here in
just
this
says puppies.
hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
Lots of puppers.
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Toodle Pip.
Doodle dip.
Oh, what?
Aw.
You don't have to stay in the hole forever, don't worry.
He's
Or do
enjoying the
worry.
hole.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
I guess you could look at the map and see if there's anything else. Decorations.
I mean, there is one thing I wanted to see.
What? Back to the hole?
Mostly.
Nice.
great.
Fine, it ended.
All right, map. Let's see what we got here. Jump circle. This map.
Free
achievement. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Merch. Settings. World champion.
We haven't
Ooh,
looked at that.
where's that at?
Opposite of Z. What's Z? Merch. Okay, so look for the merch and then go to the opposite. Okay, merch. So other side of the merch. Yes, I think that is it.
The 344.
No, the guy.
Thought I'd been in here though.
Oh, okay, no. Okay, the other opposite side of the of the merch. Where's this? Is it up a staircase or something?
That's a reassurance bucket.
Mostly infinite hole. Standing for reassurance bucket. I don't know if the map's true. What was it again? Settings world champion.
What's 3?
Office
3.
decorations.
Okay, so it should be next to where that guy was, but
It
oh,
is
it's
and
probably
isn't.
that. No, that's jump circle.
This is a jump
Is
circle.
it on the other side of the jump circle? This is just as confusing as trying to use a real map in these fucking. Interesting. It must be up there then.
Oh, on the second story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How do I get up there then? Oh, I just take-
Ways.
That's new. Is that in here?
Yes.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Settings world champion. The mostly infinite hole.
It's locked.
Oh, well.
That has to make me the world champion, wouldn't it? I went to the settings.
I mean, I was thinking the same thing. Was like, I don't know what in the settings would be to make you the world champion, though.
So there's the exit or the epilogue.
I think the epilogue it just said that line and that's it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, well, we'll figure it out later.
Oh, so exit then. I've seen the things.
Think so.
Red is the new orange.
That was definitely like a message, right?
Maybe.
That's actually the sound that it makes like on old CRT TVs whenever like you're getting a message on your phone.
Dun, 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 dun. Dram, dram. Come on, bucket. Let's get out of here. Me and my
All right.
bucket.
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Never.
Actually, check your settings again, just real quick. Because there's more general settings.
Oh, you mean down? Oh. Oh, hey, show reticle. Would that help you, E?
I don't know. Maybe.
Second person shooter. Plasma rifle.
Joe's
Joe's
Oh,
favorite.
well, I'm Joe. Play of
No,
the
you're
game.
Jim.
Oh, sorry. Windows.
It's yours, whichever you want.
I mean, I do like second person shooter.
Make it gigantic.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Nice.
They let you do it. They let you do
That's
it.
awesome.
That's funny.
I just saw something that would be pretty funny for a game like this is like make the reticle to where it's so big it takes up the entire screen and another reticle pops up in the middle of the reticle.
Just keep going down.
Show color labels. Show content warnings. What? Reduce motion.
That might help too, yeah. We
Was it-
should have probably checked this at the start. Oh well.
We're checking it now.
Okay.
There we go. Actually, I
I was trying to remember if show the settings champions was in the settings.
Oh,
But also having a reticle could help.
no, Bob could help. This might be great now for you.
Maybe.
Right, this is.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear
My
yet how
favorite
exactly these features will come
is the
together
button
as
that
one
says your name
single
in the bucket.
coherent video game,
That's
but
two. You can't.
I can
You
feel it
have
in
to
my
choose one.
soul.
Bucket.
It's going to work.
It's definitely the hole for me.
Definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I'm in. Oh, my phone's about to die.
Okay.
Nice.
Are you
I'm just gonna
ready?
turn that off before it just dies.
Here it
Dies.
is.
That's fair.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Gasp.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Gasp, there's another achievement.
Okay,
Aw.
yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Ooh, that's worse.
I
You're
like
my
the
kidding,
gym
Stanley.
button, or sorry, the name
This
button
isn't a
inside the hole.
coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect.
Tastefully, of course.
With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
No.
Stanley Parable 2.
Just quick to desktop.
Play Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where
How's
he
the
was
balloons?
employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Reassurance
Jeriah.
bucket!
Welcome to Stanley Parable 2.
Now with more bucket.
Oh, it doesn't have new content.
Well, no, this is the sequel. This is Stanley Parable 2.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Fuck, I did.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting
These
room?
fucking textures.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Damn, he didn't trust the
Stanley
bucket.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
The fines remain the same.
Good.
Yeah, you think
Said
they
the
would
bucket.
adjust
Now
it for
ride the
inflation?
lift all the way to the top. There's something
You know, I
up
never
there
did that in
need you
Stanley
to
Parable
do.
1.
You never
Stanley
did go
not
down there.
question why or how, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death.
Oh,
that they might
okay.
die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
So yeah, we're
A
in
soft
Stanley
wind
Parable
blew
2 now.
outside and perhaps rain started. And
Huh.
if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the
this helping with your motion
lounge
sickness-y?
was simply the place to
I feel like maybe.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Nope.
Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed
I
him,
know
of
exactly what
course,
I'm
because
doing.
buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this
What?
point."
Damn.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your
mean, technically
behavior
what you're
up to
holding
this
is a
point,
pail.
Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences.
It's
on
not
the
looking
entire
too
rest
good
of the
for you,
game if
Jim.
not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
You can't take a bucket over there, Jeriah. Idiot.
You're right. I didn't pay attention to the signs.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
For sure.
Simple enough, right?
Yep.
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
For sure.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket.
Good job, Jeriah.
Not an actual
Thank you.
bucket.
That tricks a lot of people.
But not Jeriah. Jeriah's smarter than the average
Item
bear.
2. Is this a bucket?
No.
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket.
You know,
An actual
Jeriah doesn't let people trick him. He knows.
I'm just too. I know what buckets are. Is the thing.
Item 3.
Ooh.
Is this a bucket?
Looks more like a vase.
See, this is tricky because the shape of it makes you think it's a bucket. On the inside, not a bucket.
This
Ah.
is a bucket.
Well, you know, everyone gets one.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Technically, yes.
You could put a lot of water in that.
You could put a lot of water in there.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely.
You're doing so good, Jeriah.
Incredible.
Oh,
Let's
man.
just move on to the next one.
You're right. Oh, it's my bad. It's. You can see how I got confused with it being a bucket, though.
Sometimes, but like, I don't know, Jeriah.
Is this a bucket?
Now that one's a bucket.
That one's for sure a bucket.
Yeah, obviously.
Correct. This is a bucket.
No explanation. It's just a bucket.
No explanation needed.
Duh, it's a bucket. Like,
bucket.
what do you need?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Clay pot.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Where the fuck's my third button then?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
No.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
You're a parable.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had
Well,
to begin
is a
with.
parable a bucket?
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship
You're a
apart.
bucket, bro.
I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Hold on, no.
Here we go.
No.
Gasp.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything's a
Why did
bucket.
Everything disappeared. Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
It always
Oh
has
my
been.
God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
You got the last
And
question
you,
wrong,
Stanley,
Jeriah.
Aw.
You're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Deal.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
All right, so I'm gonna
His
pose the
co-workers
question,
were gone.
Jeriah.
Yeah.
What could it mean? Stanley decided
Now,
to go to the meeting
with
room.
the
Perhaps
bucket,
he had simply missed a
Every
memo.
ending's doubled. You can still do all the original endings, and there's still like some additional new content to do. Do you want to save it for another stream, or do you want to try to blitz through that?
Are we able to save it?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Wait a minute. Just inputted something.
So you're saying that it's the original game, but now I can have a bucket when I do it.
Yeah. Or you could do the original game without the bucket.
Gasp.
Well, like, what's the point of doing that?
Yeah, let's save it for another stream, I guess.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll just save.
Yeah. Go to menu. Parable 2.
It's very silly. Huh.
See why I wanted you to play now?
Yeah, I do. I do. That's, huh.
I think that's the really fun part about it is like you just like, oh, okay, it's like a remaster, and then you hit
Nope.
that.
The sequel is just hidden in the game.
Huh. That's fun.
Yeah. All right. So we'll continue that in 2 weeks from now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we
Luckily, this is not one you have to remember a bunch of
will.
information.
I have to
for.
remember what's a bucket or not, apparently.
We'll see. I might quiz
Everything's a
you.
bucket, remember?
Okay.
Good point.
Yeah. Everything except for Stanley and the narrator.
Huh. That's cool.
All right. So we'll see you guys then. If you guys want to get more of our stuff, we got a link tree.
We do have a link tree.
lanktr.ee/LO@p. Gives you a link to our Instagram, link to the podcast stuff, a new episode yesterday.
Yeah. Our episode on Spotlight went up yesterday to celebrate Catholic Month, to celebrate the Pope's health.
Yeah.
Fair.
Not great timing. Or perfect timing, depending.
We had-
Kind of on how you look at it. It was either bad timing or perfect timing.
We had a lot of views on the Passion of the Christ
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
one, so that's fun.
All right. So, yeah, check out that. Honestly, the Spotlight episode's really good.
It is a really good episode.
That was a good movie.
If you only listen to one podcast episode this year, let it be someone else's.
But,
But if you want to listen to ours, there should be that one.
yeah. So, yeah,
Fair.
there's that. Twitch streams. Dry and Liz probably back on Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, forever, I think. It's not never going to end.
Yeah, the end is never, 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 the end is never. So yeah, then Wednesday, Robbie.
Yes.
It's, that was a statement. It's you.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, good. As long as you remember.
Yeah.
I was getting like being like, so it's just me on Wednesday?
Yeah,
it's
just you. Me and Dry gotta go.
I'm actually
fuck.
pretty busy, so.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. It's
gonna be
PAX,
Observo
I'm gonna
all
be
over again.
there. I'm the only one at PAX because it's not open, but
Yeah.
I thought that was a good time to show up.
I mean, you're going to get all its press.
Yeah. So yeah, Robbie will be playing his game. Friday is Random Fidos as always, and then no stream Saturday. But next Saturday after that, Dry will be here with Stanley Parable 2.
In 14 days.
Gasp.
14 whole days.
Man, when
A
you put it
whole
like
fortnight.
that, it feels like a long time.
It is, but I'll be here soon.
Before you know it.
Yippee.
Yep. E.
So there's all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Highlight channel.
He's telling you need to yip.
No,
Aw.
I'm not a fox. I won't yip. Archive has the archives of all the streams that we archived, and then highlight channel, new episodes soon-ish. I am working on the new Random Fidos.
Whoop, whoop.
That's
The
fair.
sound of the Fidos.
All right.
Lesbian tornado. It's the sound of the Fidos.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
This game sucks.